Greetings, good people. What's up? What's happening? Welcome to Champions Network. Nelson Chamisa has just given an update on the resolution of the disputed August 2023 elections. He has issued a full statement, a 3-page statement. We're going to look into it to see what he is revealing here. I'm just going to read it as it is. It says Algeria right about now. Updates on the resolution of the disputed August 2023 elections. Fellow citizens, I have prepared this brief statement to update you on the efforts around the resolution of the disputed outcome of the August 2023 elections that did not produce a credible and legitimate government chosen by the Zimbabwean citizens. As you are aware, following the shambolic and disputed August 2023 elections, we held nationwide consultations with you, the citizens, and all other relevant stakeholders on the ways and means to resolve the electoral fraud. You, the Zimbabwean citizens, are very clear and firm on the position that the elections were improperly conducted, indeterminate, and produced a manipulated outcome. This position is supported and confirmed by SADC, the African Union, the European Union, the Commonwealth, COMESA, and other intergovernmental organizations which deployed election observer missions to Zimbabwe. There is no other election in the history of elections in this country that has received resounding and universal condemnation as the August 2023 elections. This matter must be resolved so that the country can have proper elections that produce a proper government from the citizens. Fellow citizens, as your presidential choice, you in your millions, nearly over 2 million, gave a clear mandate, albeit in a disputed and contested election. That mandate cannot be abdicated, abandoned, or surrendered. Upon and with your mandate on the 26th of September 2023, we wrote to our regional body, SADC, the guarantor of the values and principles of the aspirations of the common agenda and common will of people of Southern Africa. On 23 October 2023, SADC responded to our requests and advised that they were giving the matter due consideration. Meanwhile, we have noted the various meetings the leadership of SADC has held, including the latest extraordinary summit of the organ, Troika, on the 23rd of March 2024 in Lusaka, Zambia. Therefore, we have advised that been patiently waiting on our request. On the 29th of April, however, since the considerable time has passed, yet we had sought to resolve this issue much earlier, we delivered our follow-up to SADC, for which we await a response to determine a clear path forward and resolve the government crisis and leadership dispute. Our request to SADC was and remains very simple: that as the regional body which Zimbabwe has signed up for membership and vested in some authority in the supranational intergovernmental organization, we require their facilitation for peacefully resolve the issues around the irregular and disputed elections. The problem on the manipulated election that produced a government without a mandate from the citizen had since culminated into high level of intolerance, violations, repressions, illegal recalls of citizens, representatives of the very same disputed elections. In itself, an unprecedented move, an encyclopedic infraction of democratic tenets, unlawful arrests and persecution of citizens upon all other kinds of archaic, intimidatory and suppressive manifestations of the lack of mandate. It is common knowledge that our country is facing a plethora of problems. Many of them are basic and symptomatic of bad governments, broken politics and disputed leadership. We have a tanking economy, systematic corruption, 49% of the population living in extreme poverty, USD 1.8 billion lost to looting annually, USD 100 million worth of gold smuggled monthly, galloping hyperinflation, half of the population that is food insecure, over 3 million Zimbabweans forced to migrate, 89% unemployment, and disputed national processes and elections. Only a legitimate government chosen by citizens has both the confidence and mandate to deliver on their necessities and demands. You voted for a government that would deliver healthcare, energy, water, jobs, stable currency, quality education, and other basic services. You know why you voted for change. The current challenges of failing to resolve the huge national debt, high inflation, currency distortions, drought, starvation, poverty, poor income, the hostile political environment, an air of sadness and brain drain are all symptoms of a government without a proper mandate. Zimbabwe's challenges are direct results of the lack of legitimacy and mandate to govern. A truly elected citizen government is the solution for good governance and service delivery. We reiterate this point to SADC, the AU, and indeed to the international community that it is untidy and untenable to sanitize or fertilize theft of elections and electoral malpractices by turning a deaf ear and casting a blind eye to matters of gigantic electoral fraud. Such is an effort to the Africa we want. As you are aware, elections are the highest level through which a mandate is attained or ascertained as a contract between the government and the governed. No government can justify, claim authority to govern unless it is based on the will and the consent of the people. On that score, none must be allowed to come into the office through the back door, the window, coercive means, or command antics and tactics. Our regional and international institutions cannot condemn a process and yet condone it and ultimately endorse it. It would be a contradiction in terms to determine a process as flawed and yet condone its outcome. Fellow citizens, may I hasten to say the following. An exhaustion of available remedies and peaceful means to resolve national issues is not a manifestation of weakness or that we are devoid of other ideas and means. It is our strict commitment to finding each other and amicably resolving our points of conflict, disjuncture, and disagreement. We have committed to a peaceful resolution of disputes and intended to exhaust all available peaceful remedies. As you are all aware, millions of you agree with this approach. Zimbabwe is too beautiful and precious to be destroyed by flames of political disputes under our watch. Peace is fragile. Peace is sacrosanct, and the breakdown of peace knows no winner. The opposite of peace leaves us all losers. Our beautiful country can never progress on the back of disunity and successive disputed national processes, including contested elections. We are actually aware of the urgency of this matter, and more importantly, that we can never be any talk that, and more importantly, that there can never be any talk of 2028 or a viable and stable future for this country without resolving the August 2023. The broken past and disputed politics. It remains our hope, and indeed your hope, that all these concerns will be addressed with urgency and seriousness. On my part, I'm doing everything necessary to to the extent of God's will, to seek a lasting solution to the perennial challenges affecting our beloved country. Locally and nationally, I have engaged all the stakeholders, including the traditional leadership, the business leadership, civil society at large, political parties, and members of the diplomatic corps. In particular, I have sought the mediatory role of the church leadership to help resolve the disputed elections and contested national processes, albeit which handicapped processes. I have even numerously efforted engagement with the other presidential contender, and he is aware of our point of dispute and the proposed way forward. We have also developed and shared our roadmap with all the key stakeholders, which paper we are ready to make public in due course. We have engaged different stakeholders within the SADC region. At heads of state level, I've engaged leaders through delegations that I've sent to the various capitals of the region and the continent to brief esteemed excellencies about the election dispute, the political stalemate, and our proposed way forward. I therefore urge you to take an active role in peacefully determining the destiny of our country. I exhort you, fellow citizens and intercessors, and the church to continue to pray for a smooth and peaceful transition in our country. Stay the course, hold the fort, hold fast, and stay involved. Stand ready. Change is upon us. For everyone, God is in it. God bless you. God bless Zimbabwe. I thank you under the name and the hand of Nelson Chamisa, signed 27 May 2024. So that is the message of Nelson Chamisa. His update on the resolution of the disputed August 2023 elections. So in this press release document, he says he has engaged with the other presidential contender, and he mentioned that the other presidential contender is aware of the point of dispute and the proposed way forward. He talks of a shared roadmap with all key stakeholders and says that the paper will be made public in due course. He talks of engaging different stakeholders within the SADC region, heads of states, leaders through delegations on all this. So, what is the way forward, and what is that paper that is going to be released in due course going to contain? Dr. Clarence is the name. You're watching Champions Network. As always, thank you for watching, and I'm signing out.